February 19th. We're doing a live Daughter Issues.
Which is sooner.
Way sooner. We're doing a live Daughter Issues where we're going to play Mind the Gap live. Dads versus Daughters. And it's going to be hosted by Ben Glebe.
So cool.
Famous talk show host. He hosted Idiot Test. And we're going to be doing it in studio.
Such a good guy. With
audience participation, online audience included.
So, you know how I never know the answers to things? And the rare occasions that I do, I'll be answering them. However, when I don't, I might be able to use one of you as a little lifeline.
What we're going to do, we're actually going to do some things where you can ask for a lifeline to take an audience vote. And the audience will vote, and then you'll get an overall, like, what do you think the answer is? But we'll also have the ability to pick on one single person in the audience because we'll be able to see you on your cameras. We'll be able to directly pick on one person and say, can you help save the day? Like one person. You might get picked on to save the day. Not picked on, but selected to save the day to see if you know the answer to a question to help the dads win.
Excuse me. The daughters win. That's how my body felt about your statement.
Bro, your feet are raunchy.
Bro.
Oh my God.
I did, you know.
It's the shoe.
Hey.
It's not the foot.
Hey.
It's your disgusting shoe.
Yeah, that is my shoe's a little dirty. I ran around in dirt today too.
Did you?
Yeah.
Run around in dirt in Jordans?
Yeah. And I
Who does that?
Pepper. I do that.
Okay.
The burp is supposed to come now, but it's not there yet. But I'm going to burp later.
Get every single episode plus video and talk to us in the comments at daughterpod.com.
Welcome to Daughter Issues. I'm a dad and I have issues.
I'm a daughter and that's the issues.
No, I'm trying to get this intro out and that's one of my issues.
You are.
Do you have a daughter? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Hey.
Have you ever raised a teenager?
Hey.
Do you understand what we go through?
Nice.
I love you.
I love you too.
It's great seeing you again. You went on a trip.
I did go on a trip.
A little thing happened. We're going to talk about the little thing that happened, which caused us to have a pretty big delay in doing these shows.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have a fun little challenge thing.
Gesundheit.
That was a cough.
Gesundheit.
It was a cough.
Gesundheit.
But we're going to have fun little challenge cards that we're going to try to do based on generations. These are challenge cards that you'll find inside the Mind the Gap game.
So fun.
Where I'm going to try to do stuff where I have to hum stuff for my generation to see if Talissa can pick up on it. Maybe you're going to have to hum or act something out to see if I can figure out what it is.
We're
going to do a couple of these challenge cards. We've never done the challenge cards except during the whole big game we did.
That's true. We did do a big game with it, but I don't think I'm going to know. I'm going to have
You'll
to
know.
Skip through the cards in order to, because I don't know you. I mean, you know, I don't know these things.
Right. I get it.
So we're going to have to, I should get a partner to whisper to me like what it is and who they are.
Yeah.
Because oftentimes I know what it is, I just don't know the names of them. I don't keep that information in my brain for some reason.
Yeah.
Who knows? But it's fine. But I did go to Mammoth.
You did go to Mammoth. You were snowboarding.
I was snowboarding.
And things got a little dicey. First of all, describe your snowboarding experience. How many years have you been doing this?
None. I went for the first time on New Year's. And it was so much fun. I'm decently pretty good at things when it comes to like activities.
You get that from your dad.
I do.
So
you
can show me something once and I can be mediocre at it. I'm never going to master it, but I can get decent pretty quick.
Jack of all trades.
Enough to hurt myself.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because the first day we started doing them on New Year's, I was hitting jumps and landing them and not falling on my, things. And I was doing really good and it was fine and I was good. And then we were like, we got to go again. And we go again because Zoe's birthday rolled around. She turned 21. That's my girlfriend. And we went together and it was fine. It started out great. We packed the bags, or she packed mainly. We drove and then we get there, and the first day we try to hit the mountain, and I fall. I don't even really remember how I fell, but I fell, and I remember the amount of pain and pressure in my head. I hit my head first, and then like I hit my tailbone after, so I know I kind of like did one of those, I guess. And I remember it hurting, and Zoe came over and was like, "You good?" And I was like, "Not really." So we just kind of went back up the mountain slowly.
Is that when you texted me? Or I asked you how you were doing, and you said, "I fell, I hit my head.
Yeah.
My tailbone hurts."
Yeah.
Do you remember what I said to you?
Yeah. You're like, "Be careful because 2 concussions can be bad."
Yeah.
And so,
And then, hold on. From my perspective, you can tell your story.
Excuse me.
You can tell your story in a second. From my perspective, I get that, and then like 3.5 hours later, I just see a picture. For the video, put the picture up, okay? Right here. Make a note. 5 minutes
I don't
in.
remember sending you a picture.
Oh, you sent me a picture.
Of what?
Of you just being like, your hair's all jacked. You're like, "Welp." It was a meme basically of "Welp."
I actually don't remember sending you that picture.
Oh, I can show you the picture.
Wow. This is the first time I'm finding out about this. I didn't know I sent you a picture.
Yeah. You sent me a picture of you. Because the last thing I said was, be careful. You don't want to get 2 concussions. You got to be safe.
Yeah.
And then almost 4 hours later, it's just your face. And I was like,
yeah.
And then you said "Welp."
Yeah, I remember the whelp. I don't remember the picture. That's interesting. Well, because
I'll try to find it while you're talking, and I'll show you, and then you can add this.
Okay, I will.
Yeah.
But so we go back up the mountain. It was to the point where I was fine enough to like take off my. Well, actually, I wasn't. I had Zoe take off my snowboard equipment, and then I was good enough to like carry it and like walk it down, and so whatever. Anyway, so we get down the hill and we go up to eat some food and just chill out. And I was getting major headaches. This is the first concussion. I was getting major headaches, but it was pretty mild. She was asking me questions like, do I remember the names of people, where we are? She did like the normal tests, like the pupils and stuff, and I seemed to be fine. It just definitely took my body and brain by shock for sure. And then, did you find it?
Yeah.
Let me see.
You got to put it up on the screen.
Okay. Yeah, all right, I will. Oh, God.
You don't remember sending that?
No.
That's scary, man.
I don't remember that. But so we went up, we had some food, quit for like a few hours, and then we're like, let's try to hit the mountain again because I felt so much better. And I was like, it's fine. And it's not like a normal thing. Like, it's not like I'm a football player where like concussions are pretty common and they know how to handle them. It's just like, if you fall wrong, then you fall wrong. So, but it's rare for it to happen. So I was like, I'm fine. The symptoms have, what's it called? Overpassed it. They went away.
Over and past it.
Okay. And so we went back on the mountain, and I don't remember how I fell again, but I was like, no jumps, we're going to take it easy, we're going to cruise. And I just remember cruising, and I fell back. I remember falling back, and I hit my head again first, and then like my side of my shoulder and like the rest of my body or whatever. And I don't know. That's all I know. And then I remember not being able to.
But you don't know what went wrong. You don't remember what went wrong. You don't remember how you fell.
No.
You don't remember anything about it. What's your next memory when you like came to?
Like whenever I hit my head?
Yeah.
It was ow. I think I said out loud, I was like, this hurts. That was all I said.
So do you think you were knocked out for a little bit and then woke up?
So. No, I don't think so. I remember having like I remember hitting my head, my eyes like immediately went shut, and I remember just being in like it almost.
You had to have been out for a minute. You just, to you, no time passed, but
I don't know.
You were probably out.
I don't know.
For a second.
I just remember I was like felt like I was like in an ocean almost. I was just like, and I was dealing with it, and my head was hurting, and then I became very sensitive to lights and stuff, and. They was asking me where we were, and the crazy part was I knew we were in Mammoth, and I knew we were who I was there with, and like my dog's name. I knew all that, but I didn't remember what path we took. I didn't really remember where we were in the path. So it was interesting. He was like, "Do you know?" So
you didn't know where you were, or you did?
I did. I was saying I knew where we were on the mountain, but when it came down to him being like, "Well, yeah," I was like, "I don't know what path we're on." And then I remember he looked at me weird because I remember he was like, "Do you know where you are?" And I remember looking up the mountain. Looking down the mountain, being like, I don't know the name of this. And I was like, did we just come down here, or is this the end of the mountain? Like, I was...
Yeah, at that point, he's like,
get in the
you're-
toboggan.
Yeah, you need to get in. We're taking you
Yeah.
in the vroom vroom.
Right.
So
But
do they call them snow patrol or ski patrol?
ski patrol.
Ski patrol.
Because they're on skis, and they basically they had like a little jet ski, but for snow. And
It's called a snowmobile.
snowmobile. He was one guy was on a snowmobile. The ski patrol.
We're from
person-
Texas, by the way.
Yeah.
Just for people like, how does she not know a snowmobile? We've never been around snow. This is new to us.
Actually, this was only my second time, other than New Year's of this year, which was a few weeks ago, of being around snow since I was like 6.
Yeah.
Like that much snow,
Yeah.
I just haven't been around. It was insane, and I love snow, so I love the experience. But anyway,
This second time, you must have hit pretty hard.
it was hard because the first time I remember taking off my stuff, taking a moment laying down, and then putting back all my stuff, being able to easily go down the mountain. I was taking it very slow, but I was fine to go down the mountain. We were also
Mhm.
pretty close to the end already, so it was fine. But the second time, I was literally, I think we were closer to the top of the mountain, and it was a longer mountain or a longer path or whatever. And I remember trying to stand up and that hurting my head. Literally trying to stand up.
Just standing.
Just standing was hurting because I remember knowing for some reason it was like the blood pressure in my head. I remember describing it to him because he was like, how does it feel? Where does it hurt? Because he had to feel my spine and my neck. And I was like, it doesn't feel like nothing else is affected really. Maybe from the overall fall later on, but not right now, like with my brain and stuff. What I was explaining to him, it felt like a plastic bag. Like there was this thick water just slamming against the walls of the plastic bag. And that's what I felt like my head was doing. And so it like hurt to move, to do anything, because it felt like that. I was just slamming it against whatever. So I couldn't go down any type of mountain or have my body shift or use anything because every little thing, every little movement was hurting. The sun was too bright.
Was there a moment talking to him where his demeanor changed, where he was like, okay, this is for real. Like, this is serious. I got to get you down the mountain.
So there was a few times of relief and a few things of he was a little worried about. He was relieved because he at first was like, I'm going to have you remember these 2 words. Tell me, I'm going to ask you about 15 minutes. I think it was like peach and car, something like that.
Okay.
And he was like, remember those 2 words and I'll ask you. I was like, all right. And I remember being like, I got it. I can remember that. And then so I remembered it. He was like, okay, good. That's great news that you remember those 2 things. It's good that you don't have any pain on your spine, neck, or anything.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I kept being like looking back up the mountain and looking down the mountain, being like, I don't even really remember getting on the mountain. I don't even like. And then I remember even today, I forgot what we were talking about, but we were talking about something on the mountain, and I was like, I don't remember doing that. She was like, no, you definitely
And just now
did.
you didn't remember sending me the picture.
Yeah, I don't know.
And that happened after the incident.
Yeah, that happened after.
So it seems like some time before and some time after is really foggy or just
Very foggy.
And that's this is definitely about you, and I'm so glad you're mostly okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
But as a dad, like, that is terrifying because, and as a parent, just in general, I mean, we had this idea that the dads are the protectors or whatever. Moms are too. You hear the mama bear thing. Parents want to protect their kids, period.
Yeah.
And what I'm noticing is it's so incredibly hard as a parent of a young adult, because when you're 6, I could just be like, get up on the couch and sit down and put the fork down, and you're going to do everything I tell you because you're 6.
Right.
When you're 18, you're not that much smarter than when you were 6.
Hey,
but you get to buy your own legal fork.
What makes you think I'm not much smarter than when I was 6?
You
That
get to
sounds like a you problem in parenting, if that's the case.
I don't mean that. I mean, I'm joking, but I'm saying, like, you're trying to figure out the world. You don't know much about life, yet you can legally buy your own forks and light sockets and go, let's see if Dad was telling the truth. And you can have fork and light socket
At
parties.
that point, that's natural selection. I deserve to go at that point.
What I'm getting at is hearing that you're just going to go by yourself, just you and your girlfriend are going, and you've only been one other time in your life. And you're going to be 5 hours away from me and anybody else that you really know. That's terrifying. Like, as a dad, letting you just like leave, I'm like, it's not letting her. She's 18, but at the same time, like, you want to let your kids grow up and be responsible for themselves. But, getting a text from you, I had to be, taken off the mountain by ski patrol. It's like, and I fell again after me already telling you a second concussion could be bad, and then a loss of memory. You feel helpless because there's literally nothing I could have done. I'm 5 hours away. There's nothing I could have done. So I was so glad you were like talking to me, but I could tell that you weren't like, you were missing. There were just gaps from your memory, and that was terrifying. And even when you got home, you would, I don't know if you remember, but you would like come walking in to say something and then just kind of look at me and be like, I forgot what I was doing.
When did I do that?
You would just come out of your bedroom. I mean, I don't know if you want me to tell you a time and day, but
No.
you would come out of the room and be like, I forgot what I was doing. And you'd turn around and go back in. And I would laugh at you or kind of be like, oh, that's kind of cute. Or you'd walk in and you'd open the cabinet to get something to eat and you'd be like, I forgot what I came in here for. And people do that all the time. That could just be coincidence.
Yeah.
But it seems to be worse for you now. Like you'll be in the middle of even talking and go, what were we talking about?
Yeah, that's happened like 3 times alone just with Zoe when I was with her. I will say the one thing I do remember forgetting is I'd gotten some Gator Light. I'm not great about drinking water, so I try to, if I'm going to be running around a lot one day, I want to grab a Gator Light and have one of those. I had grabbed a few of them just to put in the fridge just to have, and I didn't remember putting them in the fridge. I also didn't mean to put them in the fridge with the bag. So what I had done is, I don't know if I was in the middle of a conversation or what was going on. I don't remember being in a conversation. I thought I just was thinking about it. I just wasn't thinking about it. I literally took the bag with the Gator Light, like 4 of them, and wrapped the bag around itself and set it in the fridge. And then I like walked around for like 20 minutes going, where is my Gator Light? I don't know where to. Yeah. And then I open the fridge and I don't see it because it's in a black bag laying down because that doesn't look like Gator Light to me.
So apparently having a concussion at 18 is the same as being 43 because I do that type of stuff all the time, but you never do. So it's interesting. It's interesting, but it was scary for sure.
It was. I will say that was the only thing. And for on Zoe's end, because she took care of me completely and got food and everything. And the guy was saying, like, you know, your best friend is going to be rest, sleeping, and water. That's what you need to do is sleeping and water. And I was like, yeah, I've never been a napper. Okay, I don't nap. And the one thing that Zoe said, she's like, I felt like you were going to be fine. All the tests you were passing, I thought you were fine. I think your memory was foggy because it was traumatic for you, but I think that you were going to be good. The only thing that scared her was what she said was I was sleeping so much. So for those, we had booked it for 3 days. The first day we got there were my 2 concussions. So I didn't snowboard for those 2 other days, which sucked. But
she still had to
Zoe
pay for it, but
still had to pay for it. Zoe did go on the mountain, which I was glad she did, and I basically slept the whole time. And there's a weird gap because I just remember her leaving and coming back, and I was like, if you were gone for like 6 hours, and I was out after sleeping already 8 hours.
That's crazy. By the way, another piece of the fear as a parent is the stubbornness and arrogance of most people your age. I was like, okay, she fell once. I was like, be careful, don't fall again. 2 concussions back to back could be permanent damage.
And I tried to avoid jumps and everything.
And then you did fall again and ended up being much more serious and having to be helped down the mountain. And then that night I'm talking to you and I'm like,
there's 2 more days of this.
That's all this burping. Sorry, excuse me. My problem was I was afraid the next morning you were going to be like, everything hurts, but I've only got 2 days left, so I'm going to go again. And I was just like, what do? You keep your ass in that room. Like I couldn't yell at you. I couldn't demand, but I couldn't take the fork out of your hand, but I had to just be like, I hope you make good decisions. Like it's so hard because I was so worried you'd be like, no, I'm going to tough it out. And it's not about being tough.
It's not.
And then you hopping back on the snowboard and then coming home all kinds of jacked up. That's what I was worried about.
Oh, when it's your brain, I feel like if it was like my arm or my shoulder, like I can afford to dislocate something. That'd be fine. But when it's like your brain or like eye sockets or like
the
your
important
heart
stuff.
Or the innards.
The gushy stuff.
The innards.
The innards.
When it comes to the mushy innards, I feel like you should take it slightly seriously.
Yeah, I get it.
Other than that, but I've never had a concussion. I've never broken a bone. I've never had to like get surgery. Is stitches surgery?
Not really.
I've never had like anything super serious like that. I've had like cuts on my hand that I had to get stitches for, but I've never had anything like that.
Yeah.
So it's like my body's very new to it. So hopefully it just continues to be like, oh, that's fine. I will say the first time I went, I had really bad. What is it called? Altitude sickness. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was.
I just thought you forgot words for a second.
No, that was normal for me. I just don't know long words.
Okay. Yeah.
No. Yeah, altitude sickness. The first time it was really bad. This time I came, I had nothing. I was fine.
Oh, good.
It was just the bonk of the head twice that took me out. But other than that, Zoe went on the mountain.
And that's why we haven't put an episode out in a while. That it was a few weeks ago when this happened, and we have been so stretched thin and delayed, and you've been recovering, and you're so much better now, and I'm so glad. But now I don't know if it's the concussion or you just being 18. We'll try to figure out
the developing stages.
Yeah,
is
like
what
is
we'll
this
call it.
What's going on?
I think it's all good. Definitely big thanks to Zoe for taking care of me that whole time, and it was nice because they went on the mountain and then came back, and then we ordered pizza and had salad and like watched movies the rest of the night. So it was still a good experience. And if I wanted to at any point, I could go outside and just like play with snow. Or what I did was I went on the balcony at one point. I was feeling okay. I cleaned up a little bit and I just like played with the snow on the little shelves. And I was like, this is nice. I'm going back inside now.
For another 7-hour nap.
Yeah, pretty much. I was sleeping heavy. So, I mean, it was still a fun experience. It was just sucks that it had to happen that way, but it was still fun.
And you don't even know what you did wrong to avoid it in the future. Like, you can't even remember how you fell.
And that was something that the ski patrol asked. He's like, I know this is a dumb question, but I have to fill it out on the form. What could you have done to prevent it? And I said, honestly, put down 20 other years of experience of snowboarding because I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. And I remember on the second one, it feeling unfair. I was like, really, universe? Because I was like, taking it easy. I was like, no, because the first time I think I was trying to either avoid a jump or try to hit a jump for some reason. But I don't know for sure.
You don't even know from the first one now.
But that's what I'm saying. The first one, I don't.
You wouldn't know.
I'm saying the first one, I don't know. I feel like I was trying to do something.
Okay.
But I don't know what the thing was. I don't know if I was avoiding something, trying to go on a jump, go off a jump. I don't know what it was, but I was trying to do something. The second one, I was like, don't do anything. Just cruise, which I've done a million times before at New Year's. I was like, it's going to be fine.
A million times before on the other trip where you went once. Yeah.
But my whole point is, I was like, I'm not going to try.
How many
times
have you actually gone down a mountain on a snowboard?
I don't know. A lot.
How many fingers am I holding up?
3, 4, 2, 1, 2.
Okay.
Why?
Just checking. Just making sure you're still with me.
I'm fine.
She's fine.
Hopefully. We'll find out. Check back in a few weeks if I don't post a podcast. I'm just kidding.
Okay, well, I'm glad you're okay. See, I don't know if it's just you being weird or if your brain's melting now. I can't tell. So let's just jump into a couple of these little challenges, and maybe it'll be like a cognitive test for you.
All right.
To see how good you do. So
wait, didn't you have a question?
Stop reaching for these. I'm not going to hand them to you. Just know that. That's not going to be something that happens in the next 30 seconds.
I have a question.
You keep reaching for it like a
You asked me something before this about Roger.
What?
Didn't you ask me about something?
No.
Oh.
We have before we started recording?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just happened to be looking at a note and I said, "Do you know who this person is?" Because I was going to ask you on the show and you said no. And I was like, "All right, that's all. I just wanted to know."
Are you going to ask me?
If it comes up in the questions.
Oh. You don't know if it'll come up in the questions.
That's a part of an episode that they're not going to hear for weeks.
Ah.
Why are you doing this right
I was
now?
just having a question. Go ahead.
I was just having a question.
I was asking a question.
Oh. I was have question.
I hungry now.
Ooh.
Ooh.
All right, here's the first challenge.
Matt.
I have to do something. I have to hum something. This is, again, a challenge card in Mind the Gap. We're going to do a couple of these and then wrap this episode up.
All right.
And I think it's going to be a little brain warmer-upper before we do the other episodes.
Deal.
Okay? So get your team to guess the song or jingle by humming the tune.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah. Mario. I know that one. I played that one forever.
All right. Don't know what that is. Okay,
Wait a minute.
I'm gonna act something out. And I need you to tell me what it is. I'm gonna do it toward the camera though, so they can see me. Can you see my hand in that camera, by the way?
Yeah.
All right. Ready?
Look like a magic trick. Oh, I almost said Spider-Man.
You almost said what?
Nothing.
Spider-Man's correct. You almost said what?
Snapchat.
Snapchat.
Well, because he went my brain isn't working right now. Stop.
Do you want to look through them and see if you can do one for me?
Yeah, I'll try.
All right. You got 2.
Do I take from the top or the bottom?
Whatever you want. I didn't look at the bottom.
Ready?
Yep. Is it a hum or an act out?
I'm acting out.
Okay, it says at the top whether it's
You'll know. Either way.
Okay, fair. Watch me whip.
Okay.
Watch me nay nay. What was it? What was it? A whip and nay nay?
Yeah.
Both? Did it say whip and nay nay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Watch me. Watch me.
I don't know if it's gonna be right.
What is happening?
You know that song?
Oh, it's okay. You're not supposed to tell me it's a song.
It's not a song. I'm helping you. I don't know that song. I know who it's by, but I can't say that. I don't think.
But are you acting something out to get me to guess like a movie title or something?
Yeah.
I don't know what this is. Titanic.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I had to hold it a little bit longer.
Yeah, you had to. Okay.
I had to look over and
look over. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one.
All right,
I get that one. That's mine.
I'm on a roll.
Okay. I don't get cards apparently.
I have to act this out. Act out means no words.
Right.
I can't act that. I don't know.
Does it say act or hum?
It says act.
Okay.
I don't understand how you're supposed to act that out, though.
What do you mean? Hold on. Don't get rid of that one. I want to discuss it in a second. Okay. We all want to know what you were just struggling with.
Okay.
So pick a different one, and then we'll get to the bottom of the other one.
Isn't this from, like, the 1500s?
I don't know what's on the card.
Okay, I'm going to put this one aside, too. I don't know what that is either. I don't know. Wait a minute. Uh-oh.
Remember when I said I'm not going to be handing her the cards? This was what I had in mind when I said
that. I'm at a point where I think this is too many, but I want to go through them.
Okay.
Because I don't know how to do these. Here, I'll just hand them to you.
No.
Take them.
All right. So, The Lion King.
How am I supposed to act that out?
You could have done this.
Oh.
You could do that.
So I can't hum?
You could hum. Yeah, you can hum.
But it said act. There's no humming in
Oh. Yeah, swing dancing was
from
one.
From the 1500s.
Not the 1500s?
Swinging dancing?
It's not swinging dancing. Oh, get it? Oh. No, it's you heard the jitterbug? Have you seen those people that like and they whoop it up again with the do that?
Yeah.
And they dance and they spin around and they're like super into it.
Do they do
it's coming back. There are people doing it now. As a matter of fact, I know someone who does it. She's fantastic at it. There are competitions.
Didn't they do it in Princess and the Frog? A little bit? Tell me if I'm wrong in the comment. I don't know.
Yeah, in the comments, because I don't remember. We watched that movie 100,000 times. Probably, I think so.
No, because you always be saying, like, we watched that movie 100 times. No.
I was in the room while it was on. A lot.
Maybe 3 times in my life.
Doubt it. Oh. The Animaniacs theme song. I don't know it. It's, they list a bunch of states.
Okay. Oh.
Arkansas.
Oh.
Yeah.
With the little puppy or cow thing walking around.
Kinda crazy. Animaniacs. Yeah, it's a pretty... I'm butchering it, but you guys get it. The Facts of Life theme song. Let me tell you something. Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog. That's what I would have said. I don't know the Facts of Life theme song.
Who's Ubu?
You know what? Oops, hold on. That was Family Ties. I
Ubu?
don't know if I heard the song, I would be like, that's Facts of Life.
Ubu.
But I was a little too young. I don't remember that. I was getting it confused with another show from the same era.
Yeah, but who's Ubu?
They'll forgive me. They understand.
No, I want to know.
Nobody
who Ubu
ever
is.
knew who Ubu was.
Why? Is he an animal?
I did ask you about this person. Is this why you asked me about this?
No. Well, partly because you had asked me about it, and then I was like, no, I don't know who that is. And then I gave it a thing, and then I remember it being in the challenge cards. I happened to come upon it.
Yeah, so it's to act out.
Excuse me.
Talissa,
I blew it
the
down.
least you could do is move away from the mic
I blew it down.
when you're going to mouth fart. I don't know why you're mouth farting for these nice people.
Mouth farting. That's funny.
Anyway, Mr. Rogers. You don't know who Mr. Rogers is?
Roger the Rabbit. The Roger Rabbit dance.
Oh, God, there's so much wrong with all of this. Pause. That was not Roger Rabbit. That was the Cabbage Patch that you're trying to do.
Oh.
Okay. Roger Rabbit was like a backwards running man.
Oh, okay.
Almost like the Jerk.
Okay.
Kind of Roger Rabbit-ish.
Okay.
Roger the Rabbit, not a thing.
Oh.
It's Roger Rabbit, literally his name.
Is he on Looney Tunes?
No.
Oh.
It's a... Mr. Rogers? Not even close to Roger Rabbit.
Like Pee-wee?
Like Pee-wee. Okay. We're getting somewhere. Wow. Is Mr. Rogers like Pee-wee?
Pee-wee Herman?
Pee-wee Herman. Yeah. So, okay, maybe. As far as a white guy hosting a kids show, kind of, maybe. But that's kind of where the similarities stop. Pee-wee was over the top. Yeah, over the top. Way out there. Sometimes a little secretly dirty. Like he would say stuff that was like
jokes?
innuendos. Yeah. Kind of like some SpongeBob stuff where you would get Shrekky, would sneak some stuff in. Mr. Rogers, what? Can we just focus, man?
Well,
I'm trying to get to something here.
You're moving slow.
Mr. Rogers was the guy that everybody loved.
Oh. It's not a rabbit?
He's not a rabbit.
That's the dance. Okay.
And a cartoon character. Roger Rabbit is a cartoon character. No! Not every cartoon is Looney Tunes.
Well, they need to stop naming things all the same thing.
Bugs Bunny is Looney Tunes.
Right.
That's not Roger Rabbit.
What does Roger Rabbit look like? Does he look like Bugs Bunny?
I mean, not really. Other than they're both rabbits. Bugs Bunny's gray. Roger Rabbit's white. This is going down a rabbit hole.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen him.
That's Roger Rabbit.
He looks like Looney Tunes. But...
Now look up Mr. Rogers. You've seen Mr. Rogers before. He's the guy that takes his shoes off. Hello, neighbor. Won't you be?
I don't know who that is.
My neighbor.
He's nice?
Hi, neighbor. He's so nice. If you were to watch it today, you would say he's creepy.
He looks. That's why I made a face. He looks creepy.
Yeah, no. Absolute sweetheart. Really good guy. I haven't really heard anybody who knew him say a negative thing about him. Very sweet man, from what I've heard. There's a really good movie about him. I think Tom Hanks played Mr. Rogers. I never saw it. His name is Fred, I believe. Fred Rogers.
He seems like a nice guy. It's just what he's wearing and his how he's always
the
seems
sweater
so calm is giving Ted Bundy-esque, and I don't like Ted Bundy.
Yeah.
Esque. But he seems like he's nice and not like that.
Yeah. So
hopefully.
he had a puppet show that he did. Like he did puppets and he did trains, and I think he was one of the first people to have. He had a black actor come on playing a postman, and I think it was like really rare at that time for that. So he was like diverse, and he was like kind of progressive in some of his views, and
the better of the generation at that time.
He was a decent white. Yeah, he was a good white.
Of those times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Speaking of that, we didn't even tell people about what we have coming up.
Guys.
We should have done this at the beginning of the show. You know what? Maybe you want to put this, maybe you cut it and put it at the beginning of the show. Are you good?
Yep.
Okay.
What are we doing?
I made the joke that Mr. Rogers is a good white. And I say that because I have jokes about that.
Yes.
Not Mr. Rogers, but about being a good white and what it takes to be a good white. And I'm calling my comedy show Good White. And I'm doing it live March 19th. And you can watch it online. You can stream it. You can literally buy a ticket to watch me record it. And it's not a special necessarily because I'm going to be touring the same some of the same material for the next few months before I record my special, but you're going to get to watch me perform the entire hour first, and then I'm going to be developing it over time. So March 19th, you can buy tickets at nowherecomedyclub.com. I'll say it again, nowherecomedyclub.com. Also the link, we're going to put the links on Patreon.
Yeah.
We're going to put the links
I got to buy
everywhere.
my ticket right now, actually.
You do need to buy your ticket.
Before it gets all the spaces taken.
What'll happen is it's early bird pricing right now. It's only $10. And at some point leading up, I think like a week or so right before the event, the price is double. So we try to get people to get in early. So $10 tickets right now, March 19th. I'm doing a live comedy show and you can watch from home on Zoom and I'll be able to see you and talk to you during the comedy show. It's a really cool, exciting thing.
And you don't got to go nowhere and no parking, nothing.
That's why it's called Nowhere Comedy Club.
That's
you
awesome.
ain't got to go nowhere.
Speaking of going
That's
nowhere.
March 19th, but on
February 19th.
we're doing a live Daughter Issues.
Which is sooner.
Way sooner. We're doing a live Daughter Issues where we're going to play Mind the Gap live. Dads versus Daughters. And it's going to be hosted by Ben Glebe.
So cool.
Famous talk show host. He hosted Idiot Test. And
Such a
we're going to be doing it in studio.
Such a good guy.
With audience participation, online audience included.
So, you know how I never know the answers to things? And the rare occasions that I do, I'll be answering them. However, when I don't, I might be able to use one of you as a little lifeline.
What we're going to do, we're actually going to do some things
awesome.
where you can ask for a lifeline to take an audience vote. And the audience will vote, and then you'll get an overall, like, what do you think the answer is? But we'll also have the ability to pick on one single person in the audience because we'll be able to see you on your cameras. We'll be able to directly pick on one person and say, can you help save the day? Like one person. You might get picked on to save the day. Not picked on, but selected to save the day to see if you know the answer to a question to help the dads win.
Excuse me. The daughters win. That's how my body felt about your statement. And it was just a natural occurrence.
I did teach her to lightly burp and say, excuse me. I just want you to know. Whatever she does is what she does now.
Me.
But I just want you to know.
Did I not say excuse me?
I did not teach her to openly mouth fart into a microphone. That wasn't.
Did I not say excuse me?
That wasn't.
Play it back. I said excuse me.
Sure.
Right?
Okay.
Well, excuse me.
Anyway,
again.
March 19th and February 19th, tickets are available right now.
Help me win.
For both
Don't help
live
him win.
Tickets are available now for both events.
You know that SpongeBob episode? Okay, go ahead.
And the podcast has ended.
No.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Daughter Issues.
Dad.
We appreciate you. And we hope to see you February 19th and March 19th. And remember, you can get all the behind the scenes and every single episode plus video at daughterpod.com.
See, you do a great job at, being the issues. And I just want to thank you for, really being the other half of the podcast.
By the way, if you want to go get Mind the Gap for yourself, you can use the promo code DAUGHTER and you'll get a discount. Or just go grab it at Target or Amazon. But if you want to go to, is it solidroots.com?
I'm pretty sure.
Solidroots.com. If you buy it directly from the company that made it, use the promo code DAUGHTER and you'll get a discount.
Okay. It's honestly a really fun game. Why not? Try it out, guys. They have a bunch of other games over there as well.
We've played it so many times and we still haven't gone through probably half the cards. There's so much more for us to get to. Those challenges are a blast.
Yeah, and we have other games that we might bring up soon. So
might? Oh, they coming.
They come, but I'm saying stay tuned.
As a matter of fact, we've already got a bunch of them that we can't show you
mess around and find out, what we do on these games.
What happened? How
What?
hard did you hit your
I was,
head?
oh, you know what? The podcast has ended.